The story I would like to share with you all tonight is how bike polo changed my life. First, I would like to know how many of you here have ever heard of bike polo? Raise your hand. Fair amount. Okay, how many did I introduce to bike polo? Not that much different. Awesome. So it's still less than half. So I'd like to start my story with a little bit of explanation of what bike polo is and a little bit about the history of it. So bike polo originated in the late 1800s when bicycles were becoming more popular and and available to people. Some horse polo enthusiasts, they realized that you could play polo on bikes. And then they created grass bike polo, and the rules are pretty similar to horse polo. Now let's fast forward to the polo that changed my life. And that began in the late 1990s. A group of Seattle bicycle messengers created hardcourt bike polo. They played this game in a parking lot across from their headquarters while they waited to get assigned jobs. They agreed upon the basic rules. So you have 3 people on a team. Each player has a mallet. You can hit the ball with your mallet or your bike. If you put your foot on the ground, you're out, and you have to do a full circle before you could re-enter the game. The games are played to 5 points. The goals are the width of a bicycle, and you can only score with the head of your mallet. And most importantly, don't be a despicable person. Bicycle messengers are a notoriously competitive group, and they hold a world championship every year. In 2003, the world championship was in Seattle, and this is when they introduced hardcore bike polo to the world. And 3 years later, it was 2006, and I was 25 years old. I was working at Montlake Bike Shop, and a mechanic at Montlake asked if anybody wanted to go play bike polo with him and some messenger friends that evening, and I had been wanting to try it for a while, so I did. And I immediately fell in love with the game. The challenge of riding a bike with a mallet in your hand while trying to hit a ball and steering the bike was the perfect combination of organization and chaos. Shortly after I started playing bike polo, my longtime relationship had fallen apart. And now I had a lot of free time on my hand. And I also had the urge to both hurt myself and other people to cope with the heartbreak. As my passion for the game grew, it was also growing around the world. I started to travel to compete, first locally, just down to Portland and up to Vancouver, and then all over the country, and it even brought me to France and England. In 2009, bike polo had outgrown its messenger roots, and it had its first ever North American and World Championship, at which my team, Team Smile, played. And that year, we won the North American and the World Championship. So if you think that's the end of the story, you're wrong. 1 year later, I found myself at the North American Championship in Madison, Wisconsin, with my team trying to defend our title. And it was a 3-day tournament. The first 2 days we were undefeated. Looked like we were doing great. The third day, we about halfway through, it was a double elimination. We lost a game, and that put us in the loser bracket, and we had to battle our way to make it into the final match. After all that blood, sweat, and tears, we lost that final match and took second place. At some point in that day, I met my future wife. I can't tell you when because I don't remember. She recounted to me later that she had come up to me to congratulate me and let me know how much she liked the way my team played together. 10 months later, I went to a tournament in Austin, Texas. This tournament was called Ladies Army, and the point of the tournament was to encourage women to play bike polo and to get them excited about it. On the Friday before the tournament was a co-ed tournament I competed in. As I was playing, someone was heckling me, and it was bothering me. The point of this tournament was to build people up and not be negative. The heckler's teammate could see it was bothering me and told her to knock it off. That teammate turned out to be the same woman, my future wife, who is also an incredible bike polo player. In the end, I never would have guessed that this silly game would bring me to 33 different cities, 7 countries, and lead me to the life we share with our 2 children. But it did, and I'm so grateful. My wife took this picture at that tournament that I don't remember meeting her. There's actual proof of it.